Hey girlies, hey gays, hey theys, and welcome back to Live, Laugh, Love, Lesbian, a podcast for the girls who like girls, for the gays, for anybody who is a little bit queer. How are we all doing? Welcome back to the podcast. I am Juliet Taylor, your host and lesbian big sister, and I'm here to answer your guys' dilemmas, answer your questions, read out your stories, and I am just so excited to be back for another episode. If you are a returning listener, welcome back. If this is the first episode you've clicked onto, thank you for joining our little gang. It's so nice to have you here. Please stay, download, subscribe, give me a follow on TikTok so you can get involved with our question of the week every week. And I hope you enjoy and I hope you stay and join our little community. We need a little community name because I'm not sure gang is quite the vibe that I'm going for, but it will do for today. I hope you are all well. I don't think I have too much to update you all on this week. Oh my god, I do have one thing. So I was really kindly gifted some free tickets to go and see the Ladyboys of Bangkok. They have been in Newcastle for the past month, and I think they're here for another week. I think they go somewhere else on the 29th of September. So if you are from Newcastle, this podcast will come out on the 19th of September. So you have 10 days if you. Is that 10 or is that a week? I don't know. You have a little bit of time if you want to go and see them. There are still tickets available. And we had the best time. So I took mum because they only had weekday tickets left. So Taylor works until like 8:30 most nights, and the show was at 7. So me and mum went, and we had so much fun. We did actually go last year with Taylor, and we actually went the night that the Queen died, because honestly, it was so. I don't want to say funny because it wasn't funny, but I'll tell you the story and I'll tell you why it was funny. So we were like waiting to go in, and I was like, oh my god, the Queen's died. Like I was just scrolling on Instagram and it came up, and then we were like, is the show going to go ahead still? And it was. So we got like taken to our seats, and the show started quite late. I think about 20 minutes late. There was just silence. Then out of nowhere, like no announcement, no nothing, they just started playing an instrumental version of God Save the Queen, and everyone was sort of like looking around like, do we sing, do we stand, like what do we do? Like, they could have done an announcement being like, the show's still going to go ahead, but we want to pay our respects to the Queen. We're going to sing God Save the Queen. No, they just started playing it. It was really a strange experience. Anyway, we went again this year. Thank you to the Ladyboys of Bangkok for giving us those tickets. We had such an incredible night. It was so fun. I had the best time. Honestly, the Ladyboys are just incredible. If you've never seen them before, I really, really recommend it. I would love to know where they put their willies, because these girls are dancing in like little tiny leotards, and I'm thinking, where is your willy? So if there's any ladyboys of Bangkok out there who would like to come on the podcast and let me know where you put your willy, I would love to know, and I'm sure other people would love to know. Honestly, I was looking thinking, where does it go? But it was such a fun show. I really, really recommend if anybody is looking for something fun to do. I think they still are touring after Newcastle, so have a look, see if they're coming to a city near you, because I really, really recommend going. I'm trying to think if there's anything else exciting to update you all on. I don't think there is. I am going to Cyprus. So a few of you probably know I was meant to be going to India literally next week to go and compete in an international pageant. I've been preparing for this since August 2021, I believe. So it's been a really long time coming. And then basically we got a message last week saying that the trip has been postponed until next February, I believe. So it's given me a lot more time to prepare, even though I've already had like 2 years, but it's all good. So it means I'm actually able to join Taylor out in Cyprus for her auntie, I believe's wedding. So I'm really looking forward to that. So that's another holiday for me and Taylor, obviously with her family there as well, but I love her family, they're great. So we're going to have so much fun. And then we did book another holiday to Lanzarote whilst we were literally on our holiday in Mallorca, because we were sad that we were going home. So we were like, let's just book another holiday. So that is another thing to look forward to with Taylor. And I think that's it. I don't think I've done anything else exciting. Should I like open my camera roll and see if like anything jumps out from the week that was really fun? Let's see. What have I done? Nothing's jumping out. Nothing exciting. Ladyboys of Bangkok. That's literally it. Honestly, guys, it was such a fun night. And you can go and like get a picture with the cast in like the interval. It is £4, and I gave them a £5 note and said, just keep the £1 change because I'm so nice. But yeah, it was so fun. I really, really recommend anybody who is interested in going because it's such a good night. So anyway, let's get straight on into this week's episode. All right, guys, I am so excited for this week's question of the week. You guys have sent in loads of responses, so I am really excited to read them all out. And the gardener has just started. I don't even know what that sound is, like a cutting down some. Really? Give me a second. I'm going to shut the door. I'm really hoping you guys can't hear that, and I'm really sorry if you can, but there's not really many other places that I can go and film that will distract from the noise because he's in my garden, so every room you can see the garden from. So I'm hoping I'm speaking loud enough and the door closed makes it work. And I'm also using my brand new pink microphone. If you didn't see on TikTok, got a brand new pink microphone, and Brian tested out and he literally like chomped the microphone, and it was actually really cute and sounded really cute on the microphone because it picked up all those little chomps and it was gorgeous. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. This week's question of the week is, what is your least favourite lesbian stereotype? So I'll start with mine, and quite a lot of you in the comments did agree with this one. And my least favourite lesbian stereotype is the stereotype that every lesbian looks the same. Like when, somebody like me, a very like femme presenting person says, oh yeah, I'm a lesbian, I've got a girlfriend, and people give you this look like, oh, what? You're not a lesbian, like you don't look like a lesbian. And it's like, well, what does a lesbian look like? Anyone can be a lesbian. I mean, they don't have to look or act or do certain things to be a lesbian. So let's have a little look at your guys' answers. So first one we've got is people forcing a femme and masc narrative on couples that are two femmes. Totally agree with that. I feel like I've dealt with that before because me and Taylor's not a masc. She's kind of like, we've discussed this before in the podcast. She's Taylor. Like she doesn't really dress super feminine, super masculine, super STEM. Like, but people will automatically go, oh, I'm the femme. Taylor's the masc. And it's like, well, no, just because she doesn't wear dresses and wear makeup, it doesn't mean she's a masc. You don't have to like push that narrative on us. So I totally agree with that stereotype. Just because it's two girls dating doesn't mean one has to be feminine, one has to be masculine. You can have femme for femme, you can have masc for masc, you can have STEM and masc and whatever. Preach that. Next one, I got called a gay dyke today, and I hate when people just can't keep their goddamn opinions to themselves. Preach it. Next one, my least favorite stereotype is the one that you talked about. People always say I look too straight. I hate that, like too straight. Like, what does a straight person look like? What does a lesbian look like? It's gross. I hate it. And then I replied and said, I once got told that I was too pretty to be a lesbian because someone has said that to me before, and I just thought, what the actual flip? And this person replied and said, oh my god, I got told the same thing to me. I swear people are so weird. Why are we supposed to look a certain way? I totally agree. Like, there is no one right way to look to qualify to be a lesbian. It's stupid. Next comment. This is my biggest stereotype that I get, even though I dress so not straight. And I just replied saying, that is crazy. Like, do you know what I mean? Again, though, like, how does a straight person dress? How does a lesbian dress? I know Carabiners are very, very gay. I found a Carabiner in Taylor's car yesterday. I was like, go on, clip it to your jeans so you look more gay. But yeah, funny. Next one. That masks, this person's serious stereotype is that masks only drink beer. This person, but I can't drink it, it's actually vile. And I literally replied saying beer is gross. And then they said, I just want to enjoy my cocktail in peace. And I looked on this person's profile. They are like a very like masculine presenting. So obviously people have said to them like, oh, well, you're a masc, so you should like and drink beer. And this person's like, hell no, I want my cocktails. I cannot stand beer. I think it is disgusting. But then again, I also hate coffee. I just don't have like anything like really strong. Like, I'm a hot chocolate girl through and through, and beer, keep it far away from me. Next one, femme x masc. There are good relationships with this constellation, but I hate how straights think it's always that way. Yeah, it's so true, isn't it, that people just push on this like femme masc narrative. And I literally replied to this person's comment being like, thankfully we have the iconic femme for femme phrase from Amy Spalding to help. If you don't know what I'm talking about, on I Kissed a Girl, one of the contestants, one of the were they, are they contestants, I guess, because it was a show, wasn't it? One of the contestants, Amy, was showing one of the new girls around the terrace, and she goes, "This is the terrace, I'm femme for femme," because Eva, who'd come in, wasn't like her typical type. She was a little bit more like masculine presenting, and Amy's like, "I'm usually femme for femme, but like I'm willing to try other things." So, you know, we've got the femme for femme representation coming in strong thanks to Amy Spalding. So yeah, it just goes to show that you don't have to only like masks or only like femmes, like you can like anyone. Okay, we've still got a few more coming in. You guys love this question of the week. The stereotype of femmes who look dom wearing a dress. I know a lot of people who have been hated for looking straight. Do you know what I mean? If you want to wear a dress, wear the goddamn dress. It doesn't matter if you're, you know, normally dressed more masculine or normally more like masculine presenting. If you want to wear a dress, wear a dress. Don't, do you know what I mean? I hate that people are going, "Oh, well, you must be straight if you wear a dress." Like, "Oh, you must be straight if you wear loads of lipstick." Like, what? Stupid. Loads of lipstick, I meant loads of makeup. I was thinking of a lipstick lesbian, which is definitely me. Like, I am the biggest example of like, you do not have to look gay to be gay, because I do not look typically gay. Okay, next one. My least favorite stereotype is because I'm a lesbian that I have a crush on a girl, on every girl that I talk to. Oh, I relate to that one so bad. I feel like that's so common, especially like I remember at school, I wasn't even like out as gay, but there was this like rumor that would go around that like I was a lesbian. I was like, "I'm not a lesbian," and I would go and like cry to my deputy head teacher, being like, "They're calling me a lesbian again." And like in the change room, they'd be like, "Oh well, you're looking at so and so because you're a lesbian. Oh, you fancy so and so." And oh, I hate it. And it's like you talk to a girl or you look at a girl, you know, for too long, and everyone's like, "Oh, you fancy her, don't you, because you're a lesbian?" And it's like, well, no, just because I'm a lesbian doesn't mean I fancy every single girl that I look at. Do you fancy every single boy that you look at? No, probably not. So it's the same for me. Okie dokie. Next one. Oh my goodness, loads more have come through. I moved over to Instagram and there's loads more come through. Yay, how exciting. Oh, this one's funny. That you are friends with your exes. I mean, to be fair, that is a stereotype, but I know a lot of lesbians who really fit that stereotype. Thankfully, Taylor is not friends with any of her exes. I don't know how I would cope with that. And I have one ex who was a boy from about like 7 years ago, so we don't really talk. And then we have, so many. Lesbians are just butch, short haired lesbians who want to look like boys. Yeah, I feel like that is like a lot of people's like perception of what a lesbian is. It's like somebody who like dresses really, really masculine and wants to look like a boy, but no, it's just not that. Uh, ugh, we are going through a phase and haven't found the right man. I actually despise when people say that. I just think it's so gross. Uh, oh, that lesbians don't shave. I've never heard that one. I know obviously it's like a thing at the minute, isn't it, to like not shave your armpits. It's just personally not for me. It just makes me feel smelly and unclean. But hey, if you want hairy, long armpits, you go for it. That we are a certain type, femme, butch, stem. Nope, I'm just me. Yeah, like you don't have to fit into like one of the typical, like stereotypical boxes that people put lesbians in. I think we discussed this a few episodes back. Someone was like, "I don't know what type of lesbian I am." And it's like, you don't have to be a specific type of lesbian. Do you know what I mean? You can just be a lesbian. You don't have to be a lipstick lesbian, a Dutch lesbian, a dom, femme, like whatever it is. This one is that all lesbians just wear hats, backpacks, have undercuts, love cats, wear flannels and baseball shirts. Yeah, I feel like cat. I've never really heard lesbians and cats, so I guess like pussy cats, maybe. Have you all seen that Donald Trump trend? They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, eat the cats, eat the cats, and loads of like lesbians are making it. Did you all see the one where the girl like spread her legs and then her girlfriend like jumped at her legs? I thought that was really funny. Yeah, I've never. I guess that's how cats and lesbians maybe are known together. I do have 5 cats, so maybe I am a lesbian stereotype. Yeah, like the flannels, baseball shirts, like hats, undercuts. That is like a very like stereotypical lesbian look, isn't it? And one more. Oh, this is funny. This person put, oh, one more just because it's random. But someone said to me, "We all go bare feet." I have never heard that before. Imagine your stereo, like in your brain, like if someone said to this person, what does a stereotypical lesbian look like? And this person goes, "Oh yeah, they all go bare feet." Like, what? That is so funny. I've never heard that one before. Well, I think that is all of this week's responses. Thank you guys so much for sending them in. I absolutely love seeing what you guys have to say every week. And I love chatting with you all in the TikTok comments. So if you want to get involved with the question of the week, hang on, I just need to take a breath. If you want to get involved with the question of the week, follow me on TikTok or Instagram. They're both the same, just Juliet Francis T, and they're always linked in the description of the podcasts. Every week, I'll pop a little video or a question box up with the question of the week, and you can comment or pop your answer into the question boxes, and then you can have it read out on the podcast, which I just think is really exciting. And I love hearing your guys' opinions on different things. And if anyone wants to like submit a question idea for the question of the week, if you have a question that you would really like to be the question of the week, just send me a message and I'll add it to my little question of the week list. And I'm going to tick off least favorite lesbian stereotype because that one is now done. And let's get ready for next week's. I have a really exciting one coming. I don't want to do it next week. I want to do it the week after. As soon as it hits October, I have the perfect one. So you guys will have to tune in 2 episodes time to hear my really good Halloween themed question of the week because I'm excited about that one. All right, I don't know about you guys, but I think it is about time we got into some of your guys' dilemmas, questions, and stories. There's been quite a few new ones submitted this week, which always makes me so excited because I love when you guys send things in. It just every time I refresh Google Forms and the number's gone up, even if it's just by one, I'm like, oh my God, someone sent something in, and it genuinely makes me so happy. I'm trying to remember what the one we finished on last week was. Okay. Oh, good start. So we have, how can I start using adult toys with my girlfriend? Like any specific ones I should start with, as I'm very clueless on all of this, but it's coming up 4 years since we've been together and I want to spice things up a bit. Okay, if you did not listen to last week's episode of the podcast, you know that I said I'm not really the biggest fan of dildos. Anything willy shaped is not really for me. However, I have heard, I do not know this for truth. I could Google and check, but I'm just going to tell you and you can have a look. I'm sure like places like, like Love Honey and stuff like that. I'm sure they do like little like boxes where you can get like, even like a mystery bundle where you get like things that you can try out. I would say if you're like starting out and have never used them before, start small. Don't go in like crazy. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'd maybe start like small and then you can get bigger. But I think maybe like have a look for like a little mystery box or like they might do starter kits, get a little starter kit just to get you guys into the swing of adult toys. Then you can, explore and try new and exciting things. If you find a good like mystery box site, let us know and I can let the girlies and the gays and the theys who listen know because they might be interested too. Hope that helps. Okay, next. What are your opinions on J.K. Rowling? Is it Rowling or Rowling? Never quite sure. You know what? I know J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter aren't the same thing, but like technically they are. I've never really been like the biggest Harry Potter fan. Like I like it, it's good. When I go to like Universal Studios, I will go to Harry Potter Land and ride that Hagrid's ride as many times as I physically can because it is absolutely insane. But like the films, I think they're good, but I'm not like someone who like will actively go out of my way to watch them, if that makes sense. But like J.K. Rowling as a person, I don't think she's a good person. I don't. There you go. I've said it. I think the things that she said about trans people, basically trying to make it out that like trans, like, she basically is trying to like erase trans people and the thought of people. How do I word this? Like she's trying to make trans people like not a thing, if that makes sense. And I just think there's no space in my life for people like that. So my opinions on J.K. Rowling is that she's a bad person, but Harry Potter it's kind of cool, do you know what I mean? Like she's created like this insane like world and this fandom, and the Hagrid's ride at Universal Studios is absolutely epic. If you've not been on it, it's like, Hagrid's sort of like car, it's like half motorbike, half like seat. So it's the motorbike in the seat. It's the best ride ever. You go like up this big like ramp and then you go backwards and it drops. And I'm not normally one for roller coasters, but it's insane. Okay, I'm gonna save this one because this one came through and I had a little look at it. And so basically, next week, guys, it is my birthday on Friday. I'm so excited, turning 23. Can't wait. I love birthdays. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be fun to do like a birthday themed episode? So you guys send in like your like birthday dilemmas, even if they're not like typically like lesbian-y birthday dilemmas, but this one is. So I'm not going to read it out because I'm going to save it for that episode, but it's basically about like something an ex-partner did on a birthday. So if anybody has like a story about your ex-girlfriend on your birthday or your current girlfriend on your birthday or anything to do with being gay and a birthday mashed into one, please send it in, and next week we'll have like a birthday themed episode, and I think that will be really fun. So I'm going to skip past that one and move up onto the next one. Okay, this is quite a long one, so I'm going to take a breath. Help. I don't like my girlfriend's friend group. What do I do? For context, they all smoke and vape and go out drinking all the time, which is just not my scene. My girlfriend does occasionally join them. She doesn't vape or smoke, but does drink. I'm all for her going out with her friends and having a good time, but I worry that they're a bad influence on her. A lot of the girls are single, so are always trying to get with other girls or guys. I'm always invited to go out with the friendship group, but I just don't think they're my sort of people. I always worry that if I don't go, they might pressure my girlfriend into doing something, but I do trust her with my whole heart. And I worry that if I don't go, they'll think I'm just boring, but wait, did that say don't go twice? Wait, I'm confused. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. I'm also worried if I don't go that they'll think I'm just boring, but I don't know if I want to be associated with those types of people. Do you have any advice? Thanks so much. That is a tricky one, isn't it? Because especially if your girlfriend is like really close with her friend group and like she wants to hang out with them and like she wants you to like get on with them, it's hard if they're not your type of people. Um, I, for one, like, I hate the smell of smoke. I'm not a fan of vaping. If you vape, like, fine, but it's really not for me. So I get why you sort of like don't want to be associated with that because if you're going on a night out with them, then you're gonna. To be fair, I have had many a great conversation in the smoking area, like with my friends. Not like I have actually never even put a cigarette in my mouth apart from a fake one when I did Grease the musical. Wow, I'm so cool, but it's just not for me. I have had some great conversations in the smoking areas when my friends have been out for a smoke. But yeah, I understand it like not being your scene. Like going out is totally not my scene as well. I'm thinking because like you've said, like your obviously your girlfriend goes out with them and like you want to go and you want to get on with your girlfriend's friend group. So why don't you try and organize something that's not going out? Obviously you said like they like drinking, smoking and vaping and getting with people. Oh, sorry, I just dropped my microphone. But why don't you look at organizing something like chill for everyone, like go out for a meal. Tell you what I want to do again, me and Taylor did it not that long ago, like a pottery painting class where you go and like paint a cup or paint a bowl and you could, oh my god, you know how you could do it? You could do it so like everyone like picks out someone's name from a hat. Sorry, I stopped my microphone again. What's going on with me? And then like whoever you pick out, like you paint something for them. That could be really cute. And then you can actually like sit down and talk to them and like learn who they are beyond the party side of them, and get to know them better, because I'm sure there's so much more to them than just going out and getting drunk and seeing how many girls or boys they can get with. Do you know what I mean? So I would maybe give them a chance, maybe try and do something outside of like the clubbing going out scene, and actually get to know them as people, and then you might really get on with them and go, you know what, I'm going to come on a night out with you guys, and just set your boundaries, make it really clear, be like, look, I'm not really going to drink, I might have a couple of gins or vodka Red Bulls, whatever. I might say, I'm not smoking, I'm not vaping, don't even try and like convince me to do that. I'm not getting with anyone, I'm very happy with Sasha. And set your boundaries. And I'm sure after you've, sort of built a relationship with them, pottery painting or whatever you go and do, they'll respect that and you'll be able to go and have a really nice time with them, because I'm sure they are lovely people, because I'm sure you and your girlfriend are lovely people, and I'm sure your girlfriend would choose nice friends to have. Hey, next one. What is your best advice to move on from an ex? I just can't stop thinking about her, but I know it's time to move on. Okay, sometimes I think you just have to like rip off the bandage and just block her. Do you know what I mean? If you can't stop thinking about her and you're following her on Instagram and you're constantly, looking on her Instagram, seeing, is she with someone new? What about this? What about that? You just have to like get her out of your life. And like, I'm glad you've sort of come to the conclusion yourself, like you know you need to move on. Like, it's probably not healthy for you to constantly be like checking her Instagram or whatever you're doing, or thinking about her, or even still texting her. I think block, get her out of your life. Even if you block her for like 3 months, right? I mean, block her on Instagram, move on with your life, let her move on with her life, and then you can unblock her in 3 months' time. And you might have done a little bit of like inner work, inner healing, and then you might find someone new, she might find someone new, and you can unblock each other on Instagram and go about your lives, with each other, followed on Instagram, but it's nothing more than that. Because I always think it's quite sad, like when you break up with someone, that like that's it, you never see them again. But I understand sometimes it's for the best that you never see them again. Because obviously you're saying that you can't stop thinking about her, because I don't know how long you spent together, but it could have been a really long time. So maybe you could block for a couple of months, do some inner work, do some inner healing, find someone new, and then reach out and be like, hey, like, what about a little friendship? Would that work? I don't know, but it might be worth trying if you really don't want to lose everything that you guys had together. Okay, my loves, we have a couple more for today, and then we'll wrap up, and I will get myself really excited for all of your guys' birthday dilemmas and questions and bits and bobs like that for next week. So, next one says, hey girl, I'm new to the gay scene, only coming out a few weeks ago. Congratulations. I've been in the closet for years, but after listening to your podcast, I finally felt comfortable and confident enough to open up about my sexuality. Oh, stop it. That is so sweet. I'm wanting to make more queer friends and wondered if you have any advice on how to meet/make queer friends. Thank you so much. You really are like a lesbian big sister, and I couldn't be more grateful to have found this podcast. Guys, I'm going to cry. That is literally the sweetest message ever. This is literally the reason like that I wanted to make this podcast and have this like safe space for people to come and like be themselves and open up and ask questions and not be afraid of being judged or what people are going to say. So thank you. That message literally means the world, and I'm so proud and happy for you for finally being able to come out and be your true authentic self. So you're wanting to meet and make some new queer friends. Now, this is probably going to sound like a weird answer. You're probably like, why are you saying that? But genuinely, I think TikTok is the place to be. Me and Taylor have met so many like lovely like other lesbian couples and things like that just through like posting on TikTok, like people commenting, they follow you, you follow them back, you interact with their videos. And yeah, sometimes they are just online friendships, but sometimes they become so much more. Like we've met up with different couples at like football matches before that we've like spoke to online, just by maybe us posting like, oh, we're going to the Arsenal match, like this is where we're sitting, if anyone wants to come say hi, and then people come say hi, and then you meet friends, and maybe you see them once and that's it, or maybe you become best friends and you see them all the time. I think TikTok is the place to be. um I think there's so many, there's so many crazy, strange, weird people on there, but there are genuinely so many lovely people on there, and there's such a nice, like, queer community on TikTok. So, get yourself making a little TikTok video if you feel comfortable, or even just commenting on, like, other people's TikTok videos. You could, like, I would maybe go, like, searching in hashtags, like, LGBTQ, like, WLW, like, woman loving woman, if you don't know what that stands for, and, like, maybe search, like, say I was trying to find some gay friends in Newcastle, you could maybe search like LGBTQ plus Newcastle, like WLW Newcastle, and see like if anything comes up under them hashtags. See of any of the videos you like. See, if you think, oh, this person looks really cool, like just pop them a comment and be like, hey, like, I'd love to be friends. Want to go for coffee sometime? Like, you never. What do we say? Shy Ben's getting out. My mum said that to me and my dad since I was little, and it really resonates with me. Do you know what I mean? Shy Ben's getting out. It's like if you don't try, you don't know. And I know it's awful and horrible and uncomfortable putting yourself out of your comfort zone, but you will really thank yourself when you have this like gorgeous group of like queer friends. Obviously you can try like gay bars and things like that too. Even if like you invite a couple of your like current friends out with you and say like, would you guys mind coming with me, keeping me company? And then hopefully you guys meet some really lovely people. I'm sure there are Facebook groups as well, um, or WhatsApp groups that you can find, like, to meet like other people in and around your area. So have a little look, and I really hope that helps. And, hopefully you find some lovely queer friends that you can be forever besties with. So, last one for today, guys. This is more of a question. Do you think something has to turn you gay, or are you born gay? That is a deep question. Maybe that'll have to become a question of the week one week. I really like that. I have to think about this a second. Now, I know. I think you're born gay. I think you know from a young age if you're into boys or girls or whatever. But I do think sometimes there is a turning point in your life where something makes you realize, like, and unleash that inner gayness. And I feel like that's sort of what happened to me. I think I always knew I was gay. I mean, people at school were telling me for years, and I was running off crying like, I'm not. Probably just in denial. So I think I knew I was gay, but I never acted on it. And this is going to sound, well, you guys all know this story anyway, but I genuinely think the thing that turned me gay was TikTok thirst traps during lockdown. So I was getting loads of like, oh, there's a dog. I was getting loads of like, can you guys hear Angus? He's such a drama queen. Give me a second. Drama queen boy's still going, so I apologise if you can hear him. Yeah, what I was saying is I was getting like loads of like male thirst traps on my For You page, and I was kind of like, ew. And then all of a sudden it just started shifting to like more female thirst traps. And I was like, hang on a second, like this is where it's at. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I want to be seeing. And I think that was like the turning point for me. So I guess maybe everyone has something that like is a turning point in their life. Maybe some people don't. Some people just know that they're gay from a young age and they don't need something to like, smack them in the face and really tell them that they're gay. So I don't know if I have like a what's the word, like a solid answer to that question. I think it probably depends on the person and like on their like life circumstances. Do you know what I mean? I feel like sometimes you can have something that's like, hello, this is your gay awakening. And I guess some people they just know they're gay and they don't need to, you know, have something punch them in the face to really make them realize that. But maybe that would be a good question of the week one week, because I'd love to hear like your guys' opinions on that and maybe hear your stories of whether you think there was something that was like your gay awakening, or you think you've just known since a young age and that was that. So, really quickly to wrap up this week's episode, we're going to do our Queer Icon of the Week. And this week, our Queer Icon of the Week award is going to Jacqueline Wilson. Have you guys seen? She's come out as gay. What a little cutie. And she's already been like given this like gay icon status by the queer community. And she made like a video about it because someone was like, how does it feel to be recognized as a gay icon? And I just think what a cutie, and I just love that like people are, finally feeling comfortable to open up and be themselves. Like no matter how old you are, it doesn't matter what age you come out, like I just think it's so beautiful seeing people like finally being able to like embrace and be themselves. I'm not gonna go on too much because I don't even know how long I've been filming for. It could have been a long time, it could have been no time, because time flies when you're having fun filming the podcast. But anyway, I am going to wrap up this week's episode here. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to head to the description so you can head to the Google form, send in your dilemmas, your questions, your stories. Remember, next week's episode is birthday themed, and head over to my Instagram or TikTok. Again, they'll be linked in the description so you can get involved with the questions of the week. Thank you all so much for listening. I love you all so much, and I can't wait to speak to you all again next week. Bye!